well, we're going to talk today a little bit about how social media has changed how we talk. This is a business entrepreneurship class, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so this is going to talk about how you guys can build your business today. I remember sitting in this class, not in this class specifically, but at Fresno City College in 1999. Okay, that's when I graduated high school. First, Fresno City graduate, huge believer also of Fresno State, so shout out to Fresno State too. I think you can get a great education here in Fresno, save yourself some money and debt, and build a great business, So we'll talk about it. Also, I have some really cool tips for you guys to use right now today. But we're going to talk about how social media has changed how we talk. But first, keep calm, guys, because it's selfie time. And I'll prove you guys wrong, because I can take a picture of just you, but if I have to put my ugly mug in there too, we go viral. So can everyone get in here? We're going to take a selfie. You guys ready?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, this guy. You don't have to change your seats. I just wanted them to get in so we get. Because I'll prove to this, even if you're in a beautiful place, if you have your picture inside of the background, it will go more viral than just taking a picture of the beautiful picture for some reason. So like you could be on the coast, but if you take your picture with the coast, it's going to go more viral than just taking a picture of the coast, because people want to see you. So we're going to go spiral, guys. Yeah! We get it ready? Yes. All right, guys. Thank you. I will be posting that too. And you can check me out at Too Tall and Mania.
Add some pictures.
Too Tall and Mania right there. If you want to write that down, that's where my Twitter. If you follow me, I will follow back. I might post about you today. I got 40,000 followers on Twitter, organically. But we're going to talk about social media, and you guys are going to win surprises today. On this platform, Facebook is the number one, right? Can anyone guess what the number 2 platform in social media is for usage?
Instagram?
Close, close. YouTube? Did someone say YouTube? Who said it? You want a $5 gift card, my man? YouTube is owned by Google, and Facebook and Google are going at it. Facebook also owns one of the next big ones, and we heard it, it's Instagram. How many people are on Instagram? Okay, how many people are on Facebook? Okay. The next biggest one that I would say to suggest to you today, the 2 biggest ones to build anything you want, your dreams, connect to people that you're influenced by, is first Twitter. Because on Twitter you can talk to people directly. And we'll talk about how I've used it to build a podcast. I mean, I don't know if anyone's into fitness. Has anyone heard of Quest bars, little bars? Okay, I'm literally watching a video yesterday of this guy interviewing Tony Robbins. Have you heard of Tony Robbins? He's just a crazy inspiring guy. And this guy's interviewing. I'm like, who's this guy interviewing? He's the founder of Quest bars, right? So he started this show about interviewing entrepreneurs. Anyways, I just tagged him in a post yesterday on Twitter. He followed me back, responded back, and the next thing I'm going to get him hooked on my podcast. He's going to be a guest on my podcast. So that's how easy Twitter is done, and we'll talk about that. But also the other big one that I would suggest all of you to get on, and on the back of my card, I'm also on here too, and I have a connected network, is LinkedIn. LinkedIn, unlike having your resume, LinkedIn allows you to literally send a link to someone and get to know everything about them. And also you can do the same thing. Based on mutual connections, you can become friends with anybody. I'm friends with Mark Benioff, some dude from Salesforce. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Salesforce.com, but it's a big business. Go look it up. I don't know why this guy's connected to me, but he asked me to be connected because we have mutual friends. Does that make sense? It's weird. The crazy thing about social is just flip based on your hard work, and there's so many opportunities too. The other thing we're going to talk about is you don't need to be everywhere. You don't need to be everywhere. How many people are on Snapchat in here? Okay, if you guys are interested, I might be wanting to hire you one day. Please email me if you're interested. At some point, we want to keep, learning about the new platforms. Snapchat is not one I'm familiar with. It's hard to manage, but we have clients kind of requesting it over time. So I think we're going to need to have someone maybe doing Snapchat. So reach out to me via email. This is part of why I love these meetings. But Snapchat's highly used right now, right? Like Facebook is gone, but Facebook's still in the game because Instagram. And we'll talk about, like I said, there's a lot of other places to be, but if you can be anywhere for business, first is LinkedIn. If you want to do something with your dreams, we're going to talk about reaching your dreams today too. Marketing has changed more than ever. Back in the day, back in the 80s, you only basically had TV or radio was your content. That's where you got it. You couldn't have all these multiple devices. today, 2005 and beyond, I mean, how many people even watch TV at the regular time? Most people watch it when they want, on demand, on a device they want, skipping through ads, minimal ads. The point is now it's more of a targeted audience though, too. So advertisers and marketers for your business, you can really hyper-target instead of spending a lot of money on a bunch of stuff. Like someone asked me my Google Ads strategy. How do you build your business with Google Ads? And I tell them, okay, find the most narrow thing that you want to target and just advertise that. If you're selling pizza, it's going to be hard. For us, we do social media management. So I started my business at Starbucks one day. And I was working at ABC Television, had a great job, loved it, but I saw that things were changing, right? This model was changing, right? Things were changing, so there was going to be less need for salespeople probably eventually, right? But the point is, I literally started at Starbucks, and like within a week, I had a crappy little PowerPoint together, and all of a sudden by then, literally, like to where we are now, we're coming up on our 7 years. So I also truly believe in entrepreneurship. Too many people get into venture debt. Some of my buddies took funding, loans, went to San Francisco, got a big business, and now they're bankrupt. Okay? So we'll talk about that too. You don't have to have a lot of money. It's called PowerPoint. Go fund me if you need something else. There's all these ways that people can make money, but PowerPoint's your true hustle. Creating a PowerPoint. We're doing a PowerPoint today. Okay? So also people that always have mentioned this to me over the years is social media is a fad. Okay? Now today we're talking 7 years later. It's a little different. People are take it a little more seriously. But I can't tell you how many still people are ignorant enough to say it's a fad. Okay? Because social media is the same thing as email. If you think email is going away, then social media is going away. Does that make sense? Social media is not about the numbers. Did I tell you today that I tweeted a guy that was the owner of Quest Bars, and he responded to me. It was 1-to-1. Maybe his public relations people were involved, but it's not like 1 to millions. It's just 1-to-1 communication. So don't think of it as, I need to blast a million people. Think of, who do I need to influence today? We'll talk about the people, priorities, and your projects. If you keep these 3 on your list, and you do these 3 first, and most importantly every day, you will reach any dream you have. Any dream. And all your dreams can be reached within 1 hour a week too. So you just spend 1 hour a week focused on that, and then all of a sudden you can actually reach that dream. I'm a musician. People ask, how do you make money? Hey, people license music all over the time. People buy music now on Spotify, iTunes. I make money doing music more than any artist in Fresno probably. But there's artists that have done well beyond me, to be honest with you, and I'm very proud of them. But I don't put the effort in. I don't. I'm not on the streets. I'm doing it as a passion, but you can do anything you want for 1 hour a week because I spend 1 hour a week on music. And I do it, and it hustles, and it keeps working. But the point of social media is it's a 1-to-1 communication. Think of it that way. When you're connected to someone on LinkedIn, you don't need to blast a million people. You need to connect to the right person that day. The right person that day that's going to help you become a friend, an ally, a business partner, a customer. So it's more about being social than pushing stuff, pushing ad commercials, pushing all the stuff that we've always skipped. Today, most people, if you see an ad, you're going to skip it outside of the Super Bowl, right? Now we are coming up on the Super Bowl, so shout out to that. I mean, it's cool to watch the ads, but most of the time we try to avoid them. People have ad blockers. How many people have ever tried an ad blocker or have an ad blocker? Okay, there you go. So we're already blocking our ads on But the other thing too, and I truly think this is how I built my business too, is also creating a blog. So a blog is literally your thoughts put into a one-page document on Word, wherever you prefer to write. It could be on your phone. A lot of people blog on their phone. But you create a blog, and then you create a place to distribute it, whether it's Tumblr, WordPress, your website. But the other one too with the blog, because most people fail to keep going with their blog. Does that make sense? So people get started, 4 blogs in, they say the average person quits. Okay? They get frustrated, no one's viewing my stuff, no one's liking my posts. They get frustrated on what my buddy Brian Kramer, if you check out Brian Kramer, he's an unbelievable thought leader. And he's one of my friends now that I connected to on Twitter, the same strategy I told you I use. He's one of my buddies now. We've had him on the podcast, his wife's been on the podcast. It's unbelievable. But the point is that with the blog is people get frustrated in the ego metrics. How many likes did my thing get? We see Kim Kardashian do a post and she's got 20 million thousand likes in 10 seconds. And we're like, wow, I just spent all day on this content and I didn't get any. And so people get frustrated on the ego. It's not about the viewership, guys. It's about who viewed it. Who views your blog? Who reads your content? It's more about who than about how many numbers, because that's all bullcrap. We can go buy you fake numbers on Fiverr.com or any of these fake websites. You can go buy yourself fake reviews, fake whatever you want. We're not trying to fake it. Be real. That's part of my podcast. But how you get your blog further is then you go out and see who in my industry is offering guest blogging opportunities. Who in my industry, whatever I want to do, is offering guest blogging opportunities. And all I have to do is just shoot them over my blog and they might publish it on a much bigger platform. And so I was frustrated, to be honest with you, with our numbers. With like, oh, we're not getting enough love on our blogs. And my buddy said, find a guest blogging opportunity. Just go find a guest blogging opportunity. Search on Google, there's all sorts of people. Any industry wants content. They want writers, they want free people to distribute content, good content, without having to pay for you, right? But the benefit for you is you go viral. So I found a business, a guest blogging opportunity with Social Media Today. They're the largest one in the United States. It's a huge social media company. I did it 2 years ago. And the posts go out, they go on to 200,000 people, and they can go viral if the content's good. It's not on my network, so my personal real-time outsource doesn't see the traffic, but my influence gets out there. So that's the other tip that I will give everyone in this room today. Is it's not only creating the content, but it's about the distribution. Who can I partner up with? Who can I reach out to in a guest blogging opportunity to? And the next level for most people, they're trying to find out is which one of these viral celebrities can make a video about my brand and then promote it. And you'll see that more and more with music videos. You've seen it more and more with anything on YouTube, really. So the podcast, how many people have actually listened to a podcast on your phone, device? What kind of stuff do you guys listen to about?
Like ET the Hip Hop Preacher.
Okay, yeah, cool. Any other ones? You don't remember? That's all right. I'm not going to put you on the spot. But I started a podcast. The other really cool thing about a podcast is you kind of become your own celebrity about your topic and industry. You're interviewing people about your industry, and people are flattered when you email them, and it's not spam, when you email them and offer them an opportunity to have a guest interview experience. Hey, I got a guest interview experience for you. We're going to get you on next Thursday at 11 a.m. We're so excited to have you on, Tom. We've had Katerina Ekaterina, we've had Robin Kramer, we've had her husband, we've had Ted Rubin, we've had all these guests I put in there. You know, you want to leverage every guest that I've had that's of credibility. I start leveraging it in my email and until I make it more credible. So when people see their friends' names on the list, they're like, oh, I should probably be on the list, you know? And then that's literally how I built my guest list, is essentially leveraging everyone else, sending them an email, and now we literally have PR people hitting us up saying, how can I get our guests on your show? I'm in Fresno. I'm doing this out of my house, guys. That's where I prefer to do it. I could do it in the office, but I like the studio. I have a studio environment in my house, so I like the studio environment. But it's not some big radio budget. I'm interviewing people. Our podcast is getting advertisers. We're getting love. It's not huge money that you're going to be able to pay the bills with. But we're becoming friends with people that I would never be able to talk to in my life. Does that make sense? And so that's the point of this whole story is like, people always ask, how do you get all this stuff done? How do you get it all done? It's these three things. The first thing you got to figure out each day is, who do I got to talk to today? Who do I got to talk to, or who am I waiting on a call for? The next thing is, what priorities do I have to get done today? If I don't get these done, my leg's going to fall off, basically. So who am I got to talk to today? Send them out the emails. Get the day started by that. Hey, I got to talk to this person, this person, this person. Partners, customers, whatever. Follow-ups. Anything you got to do first thing first. Write it when you get the day started, after your workout or after you wake up, whatever you got to do. Priorities, projects. Projects are the last one. It's not necessarily the stuff I got to get done today or my legs going to get caught up. It's what's going to move my business forward in a big way. Big projects. Think projects first. Now, you have to go through these lists. You got to get these two done first, every day. People ask, how do you get stuff done? I wasn't an A student. I probably wasn't even a B student. I was probably in the C class because I had my own business going when I was in school. It wasn't a huge thriving business, but it was a business, you know, right? Tesla is not profitable. Did you not? I'm an investor. I love Tesla. Has anyone heard of Tesla? Right? They don't make money. So they make a lot of cars and things are going good, but they don't actually make any money. The point is that you could be profitable from day one had you focus on your most important things. Who do I got to talk to today? What priorities I have to get done, or my legs are going to be gone tomorrow. Or the last thing is projects. And I always say that to people because people don't think of it that way. You have to think of it like my legs are going to get chopped off tomorrow if I don't get this thing done. It will make you that much faster to get it done. And also social media is not about being everywhere. We talked about that. So don't think you have to be on the latest, greatest platforms. Work on the platforms that work best for you. I say choose one that you do really well, or choose 4 that you do like semi-well. That's what I do, 4 that I do semi-well. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. We do some of the other ones, but not as much. Or do one really well. Like I have a buddy that does Twitter only, and he connects to people he needs to, and he doesn't have to worry about any of the other platforms. He just does one platform, and he just spends all his time on that. So I don't believe, spreading yourself too thin will end you up with 0 results. The same thing in our business too. As we've evolved, people ask us, hey Travis, can you build my website? Hey Travis, can you do SEO? Hey Travis, can you do digital email advertising for me? And it's so tempting to say yes. It's so tempting to say, sure, I can do that. Sure, I'll get into that. Sure, I'll do that for you. Sure, I'll help you do that. And I learned early on that those projects end up turning into failure most of the time. Not failure necessarily, but they don't resonate well because it's something we're not even into. So stay focused in what you're into. And that's the other thing that people always ask. How do you make money in social media? My partners have asked this, people, clients, all sorts of people ask, how do you make money? It takes so much time. It's an honest business. It's like your gardener, it's like your lawyer, it's like your accountant, it's like anything that's a service-based business where it takes your time. It's not going to be done easy, but there's a revenue stream in that, right? So think of that. I think the service-based business is like one of the best businesses to get into personally because it doesn't take a lot of upfront investment. It's your time. So create a niche, whatever you care about, put a PowerPoint together or put some flyer together and go out. It doesn't take much. Other businesses, $10,000 apps and all this crazy stuff. I'm a huge believer of this. Once you make money, then you can spend it into whatever you want, right? Don't go get a loan, don't get venture capital or funding if you don't even have money coming in. You don't even know if the thing's gonna sell yet. Make money, see what happens, have failure, product failure, change your logo. So many people, a founder of LinkedIn said, you should be completely disgraced by your first product release. Embarrassed, wow, we've come so far, you know what I mean? Because so many people I know never get started because they think it has to be perfect. So many people I know that never get anything done, family, friends, otherwise, they don't get any of these things done because they think everything has to be perfect. I have to have the perfect logo, I have to have the perfect this, I have to have the perfect this. No, that's wrong. Activity, that's what matters in life, in my opinion. I mean, everyone has their own strategy. But some warning signs about social media, it's not free. Any guesses why it's not free for a Starbucks $5 gift card to enjoy yourself a lovely drink today? Any guesses why it's not free?
You pay for internet?
Close? Close? Yeah, you're close. You're right on.
Straight up, everything's never.
It's think about what it takes to do social media. What does it take?
Your time.
Time. Okay. I took it. You guys are all thinking it though, and it's with your internet too. But the real cost is your time, because people don't think about it can suck your time away. If you're spending 4 hours a day and you value yourself at any value of time, it's eating your time away, and that's money. But it also cannot also bring you instant results. So people also get frustrated with social media because they put the time in and they don't get the instant, I went viral, I got this success, things closed. I've been doing social media for 10 years personally, but 7 years as a business. Our business grows every month, slowly. We don't put a lot of money into it. That's the other part of this, but we put the time, we put the effort, and we're constantly working at it. You don't have to spend a lot of money on any idea you have. You gotta put time, effort every day, just a little bit of time and effort. You don't gotta go spend tons of money. In fact, that's how I think I've stayed in business, to be 100% honest with you, is I don't spend much money. We spend probably $300 a month total in advertising for a business of our size is not very much. We're getting requests for $10,000 proposals and all these crazy ad stuff and be featured here, and I'm like, I'm featuring your own guests. Why do I need to pay you? When I created the podcast, it was a way for us to extend it. So think about your own time. The way that you can create content on social media, or you can create postings, right? Like you can do viral postings, you can do inspirational quotes postings. A really cool phone app, if you guys don't want to check it out, it's called WordSwag. Literally within like 2 minutes, you can create a really cool visual on your phone with your photos and like cool text overlays, and it makes it really easy to be like a graphic designer right there on your phone. So WordSwag is really helpful. Or Canva if you're on a computer. But then create a blog, create a podcast, create a video, and create a series. But I would always suggest, and this is just my opinion, you be the interviewer. You be the Jay Leno, Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel of your industry. You be the interviewer. Take that approach. Go interview people about your industry. People want to talk to you. They want to be interviewed. They want to talk about their companies. They want to promote the news, blogs, books, whatever. But all of a sudden, you start building your own influence, okay? That's different than you talking about your thoughts all day. My podcast would be nothing if it was just me talking on the thing all day. Does that make sense? I would probably be done with it. It probably wouldn't got the amplification I wanted, and I would have been, all right, cool, podcasting is cool. The point of how it worked for me is being an interviewer. Now think about that, it's not that hard to do. I'm doing it in Fresno here. I've been to people all over the dang globe. Not having to travel, it's called Skype. You can do it on Skype. There's another tool called Pamela that works with Skype, and it allows you to record that conversation. Okay, it's that easy. So also the last thing is social media cannot make up for a bad product or service. So if you've had a bad event experience, you can share it and talk about it and express it. And I would suggest you do. Where I would suggest you do it at is on Twitter. Because they will respond. I was literally in a frustrating situation in American Airlines where they're telling me, oh, we're going to have to reroute you out of Miami here, playing this, all the whole jargon. And I'm like, oh, there's got to be some better solution to this. So I literally, on Twitter, I tagged American Airlines, said, hey, I'm having a frustrating situation, help me out here. Within 2 minutes of me walking to the line where you're supposed to get, rebooked and sit in this long ass line, excuse my French, but I was rebooked. They had already emailed me my confirmation. I was walking up to the Dallas, and I'm walking at this line, and I look at my fiance, I go, hey, check this out. And this is the booking confirmation for my new flight versus just sitting in a line. They can do it online. It's all done. So think about that. And take your voice there, because there's a lot of companies like ours that are listening to you, and we want to help you when you have a frustrating customer situation. So it's there to help you connect. Customers, friends, like I said, if you all got together and started sharing each other's posts every day, you would all go viral, and you would all build a bigger friendship with one another. But we have to find out what to post, because not everyone's going to share each other's stuff, right? You don't just share random stuff. But if there was a cause, if there was something you guys created as a cause, something as a class, you could all share it every day. And if you all shared each other's stuff, and you all committed to sharing each other's stuff, everyone would be going viral. And we've seen it happen already. We did it with another class, actually. And they all went viral on their own feed. They just created a selfie. It was easy way to keep everyone involved. It was a selfie with everyone, and they just tagged each other, and they were all sharing on and sharing and sharing and sharing. And so this is how the newsfeed works on Facebook and a lot of the other platforms. It's based off affinity, weight, and time. By the way, how long do we have in here? So I want to make sure.
You're good.
We're good? Okay. And really the first one is affinity. How often do we talk? How often do you talk to me? Messaging is the number one. If you want to prove this to yourself, message a random friend that you never see in posts. I always do this. I do a happy birthday post to everybody. Okay? So what I do is I look at who's happy birthdays and I send them a happy birthday message. It's somewhat customized. It's not completely to them, but I do personalize their name and a couple other little things if they're more personal friends. But people like it. It's a random thing to do. But when I do that, all of a sudden I start seeing their newsfeed posts. Because when you private message someone, that's like kind of the most important priority, if you want to call it, or affinity. Unlike liking or comment, people don't just randomly message people, so Facebook has already figured that out. So affinity is the number one. How often we talk? How often do you comment on posts? If you don't comment on friends' posts, you might not see their stuff, right? Unless weight happens. Unless they are going viral, they got married, had a baby, got a house, things like that. And all of a sudden those things pop up. Weight happens. Comments and likes happen. When they see comments and likes, they say, hey, this is important to you. Even if you haven't had affinity with this person for years, here you go. And then the last one's time. So this is all time stamped. But you will see that if you have high affinity and weight, time will go away in the newsfeed, and you'll see some stuff that'll pop up that should be like a lot further down in the timeline, but it has been shown for you, you know? So you might be 20 minutes ago looking at 20 minutes, and all of a sudden something from 4 hours ago or yesterday pops up, and that's because literally weight and affinity have taken over the rule. So then also some reasons why people like a business, and I would suggest for all of you, if you like winning things, you have the higher percentage and chance to winning stuff on social media than anywhere else. So contests and games, and there's websites that have curated contests, but you have higher odds of winning things on social media, and that's because they don't get as many entries. And I see it. We don't get as many entries, but we also don't have to put as much money into the advertising. So it's kind of a win-win. Back in the day, they had to spend millions of dollars just getting you aware of this. Now they don't have to spend millions of dollars. We just do posts, and all of a sudden you're aware. So we don't have to spend the money to get you aware. Does that make sense? So we just spend the money on the budget. So there's actually a lot of cool freebies, prizes. If you follow pages, there's a lot of great opportunity to win. But ultimately, at the end of the day, keep it informed just for fun. But as a business or brand, that's the things we focus on at the top to get the most results is what can I give away? How can I get you into our funnel, basically giving you, you give me your email address and I give you something. That's the combo 2 on social. It doesn't stand alone. The killer, my number 1 social network, my number 1, is gmail.com. Does that make sense? My most profitable, lucrative, number 1, most effective killer network is gmail.com. Does that make sense? Email is the same thing as social, so it's the same thing, but the one that everyone sends messages to that are priority, the one that makes the money, the one that does everything is through my Gmail. So think of it that way. So email and social, if you're friends with people on social and you have their email address, pretty much the most powerful combination, next to also having what? Their phone. But most of us don't like receiving random text messages from businesses, right? Unless you kind of signed up for it or something that is relevant. Anytime I get some random stuff, I usually block that person or get the random numbers. They have this new thing now, new technology to literally drop phone calls into your voicemail. So the phone never rings, but a voicemail appears, and it's just blasted out like crazy, whatever, like the 1-800 or whatever these random numbers. It's wild. We're living in a different age, guys. So you guys are all lucky. I'm on the end here. I'm on 34, so I'm enjoying the end here. But you guys are still in the beginning. You guys got the 15 years, 20 years of some cool stuff happening. But content-wise too, the number 1 reason why people on social media, what they're viewing stuff is for photos, right? You want to see photos? Remember I told you a strategy on photos. You can take those cool, dynamic, beautiful photos, but if you put your mug in it, somehow, even if it's tiny, it will go more viral. People like seeing your face for some reason, we like seeing each other's faces and stuff like that. So that's why selfies, that's why Kim Kardashian has more fans and followers than any brand in the world. And they have way more money. They could just do whatever they want. They could just spend millions of dollars, but they haven't figured out they got to take more selfies, right? Coca-Cola's got to take cat selfies and all these crazy things, So videos are the next, right? Video's big. And how many people on Facebook have seen videos embedded in Facebook? Have you seen that? It used to be, send them your YouTube link. Well, did I tell you, Facebook and Google hate each other. So Facebook just changed the algorithm, right? They're in control of everything. So that your YouTube videos, if you post it, get downgraded. Negative. It's like spam. So what people are now having to do is take your video and embed the video actually into your Facebook page. So that would also suggest that to you if you are doing YouTube videos and stuff, or videos, do them on both. If you're doing on YouTube videos, put them out there, but also embed them into your Facebook page. They say 4 to 10 times more organic reach just based off the fact that Facebook wants you to put them there. And the other one's questions, like we've had today. We're asking questions. So what we do, she mentioned talking about what we do and how we built our business. And I'll tell you right now, if I could go back, I would not have built this business. Because it's a lot of work, okay? I literally have not taken a vacation day, full day off, since I started, okay? That was over 6 years and 7 months and blah, blah, blah days. We have a little tracker at the office. the point is, I do get to live my dreams. I get to travel all over. I still take days that I get to enjoy life. But I work every day. So that's the truth about entrepreneurship that you have to realize. If you want to be a real entrepreneur, you got to be in it every day. Okay, if you want to work the 8 to 5, go ahead and do that. The upside of entrepreneurship, I will always say, is tomorrow you can get a new client that just changes your whole business. The next month, you can get a new client that changes your whole year. Right? That's the difference between entrepreneurship is tomorrow, unlike working at the 8 to 5 where your hours stay the same and you kind of keep it, tomorrow as an entrepreneur, if you're able to make it and never keep it, tomorrow you can have a new client that changes your life. My dad's had this happen to him. I have seen it happen to clients of mine. It just takes time and effort, right, on anything. So how we built the social media management business. It started with Facebook. My buddy was sitting there at coffee. He said, hey, Trav, people are going to need their Facebook pages managed. They're going to need that. You know, the people aren't going to want to manage all this themselves. Boom. That's what we started. We started off the idea of managing people's Facebook. It's changed now into Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, LinkedIn, Google+, you know, and the list kind of goes on. We stay in the main platforms, but at the end of the day, what we do is we create content every day. We're posting that out depending on how many posts per client. Some clients do 2 to 3 posts a day. Some clients only want a couple per week. It just depends on their needs. We're growing the pages, you know, constantly doing organic and also advertising. So social advertising has become a huge play where you can actually target your ads, you know, now. And the last one is monitoring. So when people are asking questions, when someone has a question, when a brand is responding, who's going to respond back, right? If you're frustrated, if you're happy, if you need directions. And so that's the other part of our business where we're literally like fielding all these questions all day long. You can imagine. Have any of you asked a question on Facebook or anywhere like that? Has it been responded to you? Okay, so you can imagine that whatever that response is, we're helping respond. But also a lot on the engagement. Like actually when you comment back, we're like, hey, cool, good job, posting emojis and having fun with you, you know? So making you feel part of the family. And really driving also, you know, some trackable results where you're literally taking someone in here that's talking about a Mercedes, getting them through the process of talking about what they're looking for, what they want, their car. They're basically describing how much money or what they're looking for as far as the models on this situation wise. They're giving you their email address right here. And then so we can literally take this right here and send this whole stream of content to the dealership, and they can go literally talk to this guy and close a deal without the guy walking into the dealership. This guy had a family in Baltimore, but he was based in, he was in part of our army, and he was based overseas coming back home for his family, but he had always dreamed of owning a Mercedes. So this customer closed within 7 days of having this communication. So that's really what can be delivered too, is if we make you part of our family, you can buy a car from us without even walking into the dealership. And it was not a cheap car. It was like in the $40,000 range, which is still cheap for a Mercedes, but still. And everything is trackable. So I used to work at ABC 30, great place to work, but the broadcast model, they aren't able to fully track who's viewing your posts, who's viewing this actual commercial at this time, who skipped your ads, who's unfollowing you, all the positive and negative, who's talking crap about you. We can see who's talking negative and maybe try to resolve some of these sentiment with these people. So everything is trackable. That's the reason why I love social as well. And for your business too, because it doesn't cost a lot to get started, it's the #1 place to start. You know, when you think about starting a business, everyone in this room today, because I literally consult with the Nifty program. Have you heard of the Nifty program, or it's part of the high school level program? There's kids that are running businesses in high school. You know what I mean? It blows my mind. It always blows my mind when you think Mark Zuckerberg is giving away $45 billion and he's younger than me. And you're just like, wow, someone can accumulate that much money and give away 99% of it before he's even like 30. You know what I mean? It just blows your mind. So it's good. You guys are sitting in the driver's seat is the whole point I was trying to say today. So the other question to win another $5 Starbucks gift card is 1% of the world has blank.
A lot of money, yeah.
It goes maybe close to money. It could go correlated to money, but it's not related to money specifically. 1% of the world has a blank. It's part of what you guys are doing here.
An idea.
In business.
Close.
Plan.
You guys, huh?
Plan.
A plan? Close.
An idea.
An idea? We're getting closer.
1%.
Where are you guys at?
Goal.
Education.
Education, my man. You got it. You guys are 1% of the world has a college degree, is what it is. And you guys are in college right here, right? I'm a huge believer of college. I don't think you need to go to Harvard or Ivy League school. If that's your passion, go for it. I don't think you have to, because it is a piece of paper, and if you don't do these 3 things every day, it's going to mean 0. If you don't go hustle yourself and get yourself a job and an interview, it's going to mean nothing, because you have a piece of paper on the wall. They're going to hit you up. They already got other PhDs hitting them up. You have to take the action. It's easier today than ever, though. Literally with the LinkedIn profile, you can submit to about 70% of the jobs that are available. So you can go fill out your LinkedIn profile, go look for jobs, and you can literally go apply. And it just, you don't even have to do anything now, guys. It just applies to you automatically. It takes all your stuff. All the hard work that we used to do back in the day is gone. However, I will suggest a different strategy too. I would suggest you do that, but you also make it personal. When I applied for my first job, I remember I put together this huge top secret folder. It was huge, and it said top secret. This thing's gonna blow up if you don't, check at it right now. And I sent it to all the people related in advertising in Fresno, right? And I only got 1 call back, and this was in good times in 2005. But it was ABC Channel 30 out of 50 plus of these cool things. Now people talked about it. It was kind of this funny thing. Oh, did you get this thing from Travis? Blah blah blah. But the reason why she even gave me a chance, and this is crazy, is because it was too tall, just like me. I wanted to make it sure that they knew I was tall. Hey, it was too tall to file away in her cabinet, and so the big boss came in and he looked at it and he was like, this guy's way too creative. Get him in here. Within 3 interviews, I was the first person hired in ABC 30 out of college. She took a chance on a college-age kid, putting him in that situation. And it was all about the hustle, because it's not just the degree. But I will also tell you this, to go along with that, I have friends, partners, and customers that I all went to college with. So the people in this room, more than you realize, are more important than you realize. Does that make sense? Later on in life, they are more important than you realize. They're connected. I need help with that. Hey, can you help me with this? They're there to help you longer than you realize. And buddies too. Friends for life. So think about that you don't get without having the college experience. So remember that. That's one of the most valuable things. If you talk to a lot of the entrepreneurs, they truly believe that what you're doing here, city college to state, is the best way. I think that's the best way. I tell everybody that. If you want to go to Harvard, go for it. No more power to you. I think that if it's your passion, you can hustle it. But just remember that it doesn't just entitle you to a job just because you have a degree. I have buddies that have master's degrees and are working as bartenders. So life is about what you do. Do what you love and you never work a day in your life. So when I tell people on the flip side that I've worked, right, 6 years, 7 months, people are like, and you haven't taken a vacation? No, I'm taking a vacation. I just have to work. My business can be anywhere. So I can still take vacations. I could be on Miami, I could be Hawaii. We just came back from Monterey. But I have to work. And that's how I do it, because I look at it like this. Do what you love, and you'll never feel like you're really working. You're just passionate. It's fun. It's exciting. It's fun. It's not really work. It really isn't. There are days you're going to be like, oh crap, I got to do this today. I would tell everybody I know, we'd all want to have $1 billion in your pocket right now on a beach. Let's be real. If you could just, life would be easier for everybody if we could just be sitting on the beach, no work, with $1 billion in our pocket all today. We'd all want that. Let's be real. I mean, there's no denying that. But at the end of the day, for all of us, for everyone that's really in life is really going to happen, you have to do something you love. Otherwise, you only have one life. It's like, do it. Do what you love. It's going to make it a lot easier. And if you follow these 3 things right here, if you always are talking and planting seeds for the future, if you're always working on the most important things that day and you're not giving yourself any excuses to, I got to get it done next week, I'm going to get it done. No, it's a priority. Get it done. And then you're thinking about your dreams. How can I get this business? This is one thing I was challenged with, a very big entrepreneur. He said, Travis, think about this. How can you take your business today and times it by 100? And I was like, holy crap, that's scary, it gave me chills. See, I'm still getting fired up. It gives me chills. It gives me chills. I was thinking to myself, that's scary, man. I don't know what I would do, And he goes, you can get it 10x by a year, 100x in a year. But you have to put yourself in that thought of what's going to happen. When 100x clients call, what's the process? It's not going to just be you. It's not going to just be, you have to figure it out, you know, and think ahead of time and actually put it out there, because I'm truly a believer. I remember the day just reading lots of books and stuff, and my fiance said, write it down on paper. Write it down on paper. Write your goals on paper. And I've always been a huge believer of Notepad. I write every day. I'm writing notes. I didn't always go through these priorities though. I always just wrote aimless notes. I didn't go through who I needed to talk to, what priorities are, and my dreams. What did I want to do that's big, that's going to just change things? I always just kind of put my to-dos all as one, you know, and it was all one. And it kind of kept me going, and I'd always avoid the big projects. I'd always avoid certain things. But the point is that when I visualized and put on paper what I believe our business will make, it started going. I swear to you, and I don't know what it is. Like we were in, you know, making good money in our first couple of years. I started visualizing, and now I just keep visualizing it, where it's going to be in, next year. And I write it down, and I look at the goal every day, and I tell myself, we're going to get there. And it's not only for me, because I have a team of 17 people now. It's not only for me, it's for them to provide, for them to, you know, thrive, for their families and stuff too. Because I want to see them make money. You know, I don't want it to just be all me, because there's no way you can manage it with all you. But I truly believe that. Just writing it down, like whatever you want, even if it's crazy, even if it's like, no, this ain't gonna happen. Just put it down and keep visualizing it and keep dreaming it, because there's something to it. I don't know what it is, but there's something to it. So it goes to just doing you. Because part of this is people want to take over your priorities. People want to take up your time. When you start getting influence, people want to start hitting you up. Hey Travis, I got this idea. Hey Travis, can you invest in this? Hey Travis, can you bring me, come over and consult with this? And I do this for free. As Amber knows, I do this literally because I believe. And whatever you do, you will get results. Think about it. There's too many examples. Michael Jordan, cut from high school basketball. What did he do? Right? And there's just tons of countless results of the same thing. So I'll also give you a tip about getting a job, guys, because I think this is important too. I don't think you always have to run right into entrepreneurship. Sometimes it was probably good for me to work in the corporate environment. But this could also be getting someone on your podcast, getting someone to talk about a blog with, anything you want. Follow the business on social media, especially somewhere like Twitter, because Twitter usually the followers are less, so they have to kind of respond and stuff. That's a good little strategy too, because usually, like I said, most of the people have 10 times less Twitter followers than they do on Facebook, because they got started on Facebook, but now they're trying to keep that engagement going, and so Twitter's a big focus. Post to them, respond to their posts. You can create a list on Twitter of people you want to get in touch with. You can just create a list and these lists can be private, and you can create a list, and then all of a sudden, literally, you just click list, and instead of the newsfeed of all this random stuff, it just shows their stuff. Does that make sense? Has anyone heard about that or tried that? Actually, is anyone on Twitter here first? Let me just start. Okay. When you go into newsfeed, you notice there's just a bunch of stuff going on all the time. It's like random stuff. So if you create a list, it just narrows it down to the only people posting about that list. So then you can really engage with those people. So if you're following a brand, you can follow 10 brands, create a list, and then that week you can go to that list and then just comment with all their posts and just talk to them and be their super fan. Be engaged with them for 30 days. I've had multiple people get jobs from this, but the biggest was an NBC television job in LA, literally by this strategy. Okay? She did it also through LinkedIn, but it was a combination strategy of her telling her dreams about always wanting to work for NBC television and doing it repetitively for 30 days, engaging with their posts, retweeting their posts, until eventually someone reached out to them and said, thank you so much, gave them her contact information. She took the contact information, found her on LinkedIn, they connected, and a couple years later she got a job when she actually was out of college. So you don't know when it's going to be. Sometimes this stuff doesn't happen right away. It's a matter of how much time, but this is one of the number one strategies is just follow brands and engage. It's that simple. Be their advocate, be their fan. Especially locally, most of these businesses are not. One of the other people that did this did it for a huge nonprofit. She did it so well that they eventually offered her a job being the social media manager for the nonprofit. Because she did it so well, they're like, oh wow, you're doing this really well. We don't really know how to do this that well, you know what I mean? Like they were like kind of still struggling, and she was like, amplifying their posts and helping them out and doing all this stuff, and they're like, hey, let's create this position for you. And she's been doing it now since it's probably been 5 or 6 years now. She's been doing it. Same job, same thing, and they're killing it. So the point is, you can think large or big. The success usually happens on the smaller level, but I do believe in thinking big. So I say shoot 10 to the moon. Shoot 10 tweets out that are podcast guests for me that I would never think to interview. Taylor Swift, Calvin Harris, Jimmy Fallon. I'm just throwing people's name out. Warren Buffett or Elon Musk. I could just tweet at these people, and I have. But then, not many of them are going to get back to me, let's be real, right? But then I can tweet someone that has maybe a smaller following, 10 of them, and 7 of them get back to me. You know what I mean? And some of them have a couple 100,000 followers. But the ones that really don't are the people that are in the media, Justin Bieber's, Lady Gaga's. They're kind of like, oh, I'm too big to talk back. So this is another one too, a social media tip. It is, I'm thinking of a number. I'm thinking of a color. I'm thinking of a state. I'm thinking of a fruit. Okay? With the I'm thinking of, and you can do this in your newsfeed right now. You can put I'm thinking of, and then you choose a color, a letter, a state, a country, a fruit, music. You can go whatever you want. But it's a good way of getting people to engage. And you can do it and say, hey, I'm thinking of a state. The winner, the person that gets it right, gets a $5 gift card. I do this all the time, and people will literally be walking down the road. I'll be walking in at a grocery store or wherever, and a mutual friend or someone that's a Facebook friend that's not actually my real friend, but you know how it is on Facebook. You have friends that are not complete. You took the risk. You took the risk, my man. We have one other guest. I was waiting for someone to say something. The point is that anyone on any variation of this is a fun way of giving back. Social to me and life and business and success is about also giving back. Just like I'm giving you my time today and not charging you, not charging Amber. Hope you found value of it. But I'm not doing it for that purpose. I'm doing it because I like to do it. And that's part of what the feeling of having success is. I have enough clients and money and people working that I can do this for an hour and it's no big deal. And then also I can give 20 bucks away to you guys and it's no big deal. And I hope you enjoy it. And I hope it pays forward for you. You know what I mean? So this is the strategy that I like doing with your friends, because who doesn't like getting a free gift card? And if you give this to your friends, you'll see you'll have 52 stronger relationships throughout the year if you did one a week. People like to do it. It's just fun. And it's a cool way. If you're especially managing a business page, a really good strategy. So LinkedIn's the last one. I said check me out. If you connect to me, I will give you some instant endorsements.
She followed you recently on Instagram.
Nice. Oh, on Instagram? Okay. But on LinkedIn specifically, if you actually are on LinkedIn and do it, it's huge because of the endorsements. All right? So when people can endorse you for different things you're good at, when people start seeing that you're good at those things, I have people contact me once a week, maybe every other week. Hey, we see that you're really good at social. I'm checking out your posts. I love what you guys are doing. We're interested in talking. Here's our brand. Here's what we're doing. So, and we don't have to reach out. That's the one strategy I always say about don't spam people, a bunch of random people. That's the one strategy I will always tell on LinkedIn. Too many people are they'll connect to me and they'll instantly spam me with this long message. It's oh, you didn't spend time writing this, right? If you're gonna connect to somebody, just say, hey, Travis, how's the weather over there in Fresno today? Or even do better and research the weather in Fresno, like this one dude, one of my other buddies did when he first connected to me and said, hey Travis, I see it's 78 in Fresno today, hope you're having a good day. Think about that. That leaves a good taste in your mouth. He did research on me, checked the weather where I'm at, and sent me a cool message when we connected. Yeah, it is a little creepy, right? But it's not in a bad way. It's a good thing. He didn't send me some blast email that said, sign up today for my crappy webinar or whatever it is. He was really wanting to be my friend. And we've still been friends, and I help him out, he helps me out. So it's a really authentic way, is if just seeing how people, it's like the old school way of people used to ask, hey, how's the weather? The weather's good today. It's a common thing people can talk about, And the last thing is, have fun. I hope you had fun in this presentation. Cats are the most viral thing on social. So if you can integrate a brand with your cat, or you with your cat, anything, or if you don't like cat, it's just any pet in general. Pets, people love pets, and so showing them off, having fun. People take social media a little too seriously too sometimes, We have one client that there's like about 14 board members. They all have to review the posts. They all have to review the posts, and we'll still find spelling errors. And I'm like, 14 people and you can't get the spelling errors of like Premiere and like little spelling errors. It blows my mind. And we'll do some funny cat selfie or meme or something like that, and we'll get 1,000 times the reach that they do. So it's not about just corporate looking images and all that. It's literally just finding something that's funny and shareable. If you think today, the biggest thing that you can think of as how to go viral is, when I see this post, would I share it? So if I'm looking on my newsfeed, is it enough relevance here, or funny? Mostly it's like funny or humorous. On LinkedIn, my strategy, and I'll give you one last strategy on LinkedIn that's fail-proof. Go through your newsfeed on LinkedIn when you're connecting to people and share the most viral quote you see within a minute. Just go scroll through your newsfeed, and you can do this on Facebook. Scroll through your newsfeed, look for the most viral quote image that has the most likes and comments that you see in the first 5 minutes. Share that. Because most likely, if that's already going viral and it's already getting love, it's going to be good content that other people are going to like, and it's an easy way for you to come up with the best engaging content. On LinkedIn, people are like, how do you get all these likes and comments and shares? And people, I just literally every day go to LinkedIn, see the most shared posts. If it fits to what I like, I'm not going to just post some random stuff, even if it has a bunch of comments on it. But if it fits my message and motto, share. Put something like, love this, my motivation, just something real simple, boom. And literally, we'll get shares, and it keeps going. The thing about content is it has to be something that other people would want to share. So they're not going to share your selfie. So selfies get a lot of comments, but your grandma's going to share your selfie, right? It's not going to be, your friends aren't going to all share your selfie on the post. Unless you're like standing next to Jennifer Lopez or something, and your buddies are like, oh, check out my buddy. Most people are not going to share your selfie on their post, but they're going to share stuff like this. Because it's easy for them to share it to their friends and make it easy for content, and then all of a sudden you got more people sharing, and then the only time I ever went viral on Facebook is when I did one of my first public posts. It was a very touching story actually that I helped write with the story that I read, but it got like 5,000 shares, and I think got like 50 or 60,000 likes, and it was like, I always told myself I'll never get that again because it's just the timing of it, but it was crazy, and it was just because of the message, but also literally because people shared it. I only have so many friends. If it wasn't all of them sharing that, this thing would not be going viral. So that's people always ask, hey, how do you go viral? It's just think about, would you share this? Would you share this? And if you would, then it probably would get shared by other people, So does anyone have any questions? It's been awesome to be with you guys. Hope you guys found some value. And if you guys want to connect to me. Does anyone have any questions? Everyone's like, nah, let me get out of here actually.
We have a small handful here.
Okay, yeah.
You work with like 17 people. One of my questions was how many people you work with.
Mm-hmm.
But, like how, as you started developing your business, how did you figure out how to like delegate the stuff?
How you're delegating, yeah. I mean, it's a challenge every day, to be honest with you, but how we've created it is, based on a person and their role with us, is they kind of have different responsibilities and delegations. We do a lot of our work I do with Excel. So I'm sending constantly Excel. That's just how I'm old school. There's Slack. There's a lot of other productivity tools, but some of them for us we found that just kind of slow us down in certain ways. But it's empowering others. That's the number one way that we have to run our business. Is basically empowering others to take role, take responsibility, make money with the clients as well. As they're building clients, make money and have their own life and success, and then also training videos. We built a whole collaboration of a bunch of training videos so that I don't have to spend time training, and we don't have to spend a lot of time training, because most of the time we found when we did a lot of training and stuff like that, we just lost productivity time, and you're going to have to retrain anyways. You forgot what I said. So with the training videos, they can go in on Dropbox, right? Dropbox, go in and train as much as they want. If they want to watch the video 20 times, great. If you want to watch it once and you're good. Everyone's at like a different pace on training and stuff, so
I like that.
Yeah, it's way easier. So we built our business vertically too, so where people can work from home, and they do work from home. And we have people all over the region. So as the people have come in from Fresno State, instead of losing an employee or losing a team member, we've let them work from wherever. Okay, you want to go to San Luis? Go ahead. You're working from San Luis. We got one guy in Austin, Berkeley, and Santa Rosa now. And they were all from Fresno. We all had them here, and then they all said, hey, lives changed for us, but we haven't lost them. That's the cool part about our business too, is we are able to scale up or down your hours based on what you have going on. So if you want to work some other job or whatever, you know, we're able to scale with you. You know, and that's what most businesses are all or none. You're either all 40 hours or you're nothing, you know, and so we're just a little bit different, and that's how it has allowed us to scale. Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome, man. That's the coolest part. We don't have a bunch of people on top of each other. You can work from your pajamas, from your couch. And I'm happy with that. And if you have your kid next to you and you can take care of your kid and save money on cost of that, and it makes you a happier individual, that's another benefit that our team members have told us that they receive without payment. Does that make sense? So because they don't have to rush to work and drive 30 minutes to work and all this other stuff, and because they can just hop on their computer and their kid can be right there and they can manage it all, they're saving so much time and money, and they can be with their family, you know? And so we've done surveys, and that's one of the biggest ones that they say actually some of that outweighs the payment, which is crazy to me, but I mean, the payment's the first, obviously, let's be real. You gotta pay your bills, but probably close next to that is being able to, your flexibility with life, you know? So I believe that too for entrepreneurships. You have the 3 different types. You got the guy that wants to build Facebook, that wants to scale up and be everywhere. You got the guy that wants to be a lifestyle entrepreneur, kind of like myself, I would say, that wants to essentially have control of my schedule, be wherever I want to be, anywhere, anytime, you know, and not really have some big corporation that I have to watch over with every little eye, you know what I mean? And then the last one is someone that basically wants to build this up just to give it away. So that's like Mark Zuckerberg, you know, some of these guys that he doesn't even care that he has $45-something billion. He's going to give away $45 billion back to our country, which is awesome, you know? I don't have that passion, but for the fact that someone can do that, I'm a huge advocate of Facebook, man. I'm a huge stock investor, and you know, I think that's just so cool, you know. So I think also as entrepreneurs, you need to find out which one of the 3 you are, because if you're kind of confused, just think about it. Like, do I want to have a big business and have all these employees and scale up, or do I want to just be kind of in control of my life and schedule, or do I want to basically work hard to give it all away, you know? And I'm not necessarily driven by making profits and driving Ferraris, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, thank you guys for your time. Hope you guys had a great day, and yeah, always got a question. Yeah.
One, well, skip to the fun one just because we're wrapping things up. What kind of music do you make?
I make popular hip hop music. So it's like clean party music that everyone can listen to. It's got roots of pop and hip hop. It's two-tone. You can check it out. We're out there everywhere. And yeah, it's been doing it for 10 years. Do gigs here in Fresno, but we make all our money online. I mean, we're making hundreds of dollars online. It just reoccurs, you know. And we control everything, so we don't have a label or all this other stuff. We're producing it ourselves.
You have one more boring question.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit late here.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Yeah. You guys gotta leave. Go ahead.
It just seems like social media in the past, like some big businesses kind of like posting, I'm trying to think of a good example, like for a social cause, like maybe, or like, that example maybe like 9/11, a big company making a post where it really doesn't shine too favorably on them. Like, where would you say, like, you know, it's nice to kind of get involved, but where would you say just like, don't even tread there?
I think
put your business name on something like that.
I mean, we still would share the 9/11 posts and stuff because I think it's about our country, you know? That's just us, our personal strategy.
Maybe a bad example.
No, but I completely understand what you're saying. I mean, I think the fine line, honestly, is religion, politics, sports teams sometimes can be controversial because people take sides on that. You have your whole fan base be like, oh, we hate you now because, you know, you said one Niner post, you know, so now you've lost all these clients. Like, no, we don't want to do that. But I think those are the biggest ones. I think anything that strikes your judgment in life, and this is also for your own personal social, if you don't think that your grandma or your parents want it, you know, might come across it, just don't post it. That's just my strategy. Like, everything doesn't have to be posted. I think there's a value to having certain stuff not posted. That's just me. Although I am social, but yeah. Maybe we could find a way to. You want to blow up on YouTube here? Follow too. I don't know if we can plug it into the.
You can pull it up on the computer.
Oh, we can?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, we want to get out of here. We don't want to watch your video, man.
No.
Oh, you can maybe pull it up on your phone. For some reason, my internet's not working in here. Is there open internet?
Yeah.
Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
YouTube calling.
I'm too tall, yeah.
It's already connected.
Oh, it's already connected?
Or you can pull it up on the,
You're connected to the Slack, so it should be already connected. He's connecting to the student one.
do you just want to pull up a YouTube video?
Yeah.
You could close that and then there should be, sit.
So I don't think I'm using the computer here. I'm using my laptop.
Oh, you are?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
why. Otherwise, I know what you're saying. I could probably just.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys want to check it out, okay, go check out Teton. There's all sorts of videos on that. You guys can laugh a little. If you guys want to see it now, we'll look at it.
Anyone else have questions?
Yeah, does anyone else have any questions? Yeah.
It's kind of broad, but would you
Yeah.
consider yourself successful?
Yeah, I would say so, man. You know, I mean, we built a business from scratch. We got 17 people underneath us. We're managing 500 plus social media accounts. We got the podcast, we got all those things. I think there's people way more successful than me that I admire. We don't have a business that's gonna be like Zuckerberg or one of these guys that's gonna be billions, you know. We might get into the million range, you know, of management services, which I would think is a success for me in my level. I always have the goal actually of managing 1.2 million actually, which was what I used to manage at Channel 30. And I always told myself, and I still do, that we'll get to $100,000 a month, you know, in revenue, which is 1.2 million. And which is good for a small business like ours, but we don't have a lot of inventory, we don't have to have a bunch of things and resell, it's just our own time, you know, so those businesses typically make a little bit more money for you. But yeah, I would say so, man. I think success is doing these things every day, keeping yourself priority. It doesn't matter about bank account. That's my opinion, you know?
Well, basically success is a daily thing. And
Yeah, it's a daily thing, and you control, like they always say, you control the way you wake up. So I think I recently saw this, and I think this is so awesome. A good way to, when you start your day, have either a little time, a little break, take a shower, go work out, or something where you have your own little time. Because often for me, what I do is I'll tend to just try to go right to my clients' problems and issues right on my computer, right? But think about two things. Think about what you're most excited about for the day, like I'm so excited to be able to do this today, or just put your mindset of like something you're really excited about for the day. And then second is what you're grateful for. Because when you really think about the fact that you're grateful, you can just pick up water and drink it, drive cars, things that other people in this world do not have access to, it really puts it in perspective, you know what I mean? Like you're just like, I don't have to go drive around in a Ferrari, I just gotta be able to have water and simple stuff, you know, when you really think about it. And so the gratitude part really, I think, is humbling, and it makes you just like everything easy. Like, oh, I can handle this. Like I gotta handle a couple emails, no problem. I gotta have water, go to the bathroom, whatever, you know, stuff that's just normal to us that they don't have, you know. And so that's the always thing. I think those two, it puts you successful wherever you're at, you know. And you can be successful in college, you know, because you just get the stuff you gotta get done. I got all my stuff done, I reached out to some people, and your big dream in college could be your business, right? It could be your big project, could be just working on your business. When you get everything done here, putting together a little simple PowerPoint. This is 24 slides. I think this PowerPoint sucks. I don't spend a lot of time on it, but I deliver the passion, right, guys? I care about it. You can tell I care about it. So that goes away. Some other guy can spend 10 times more hours on it, but he doesn't deliver the passion, right? So I don't think that it matters what it looks like and all the perfect parts, right? It's just a matter of doing it. So get out there, create that PowerPoint, get going, you know, and you can do this while you're in college. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. No big deal. Yeah, I did it in college. It was a good test, you know. I stopped my first business out of college and said, hey, I'm not going to be able to do customized clothing. It's actually probably coming back now where it's like taking vintage clothing, putting in like cool patterns and stuff on it. But we didn't have Etsy and all these cool places. We would just like organically selling to my friends and like at school selling it. And people bought it, but it wasn't one of those things you're going to make money after college. My dad was like, you're out of here, buddy. So I was like, probably not going to do that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for your time. Yes.
Sorry.
That's okay.
What can I do to get that Snapchat position?
Yeah, well, just reach out to us. Yeah, we're seriously interested in kind of filling it out. Probably have you start in some other area, and then that would be something we want to be having interest in. Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.